Hello everybody, this is Kokoro M, and we are playing Pathfinder Wrath and the Righteous. Last time we had done a bunch of side quests, and we're going to continue to do side quests, as long as there are some. We found out that our Sealer's friends, we found them. We found out about the dragon, found the past, the future, and the present. We got a horse called Coco. And basically, who else? What else? Oh yeah, we killed oh yeah, and there's random demons on the floor for some reason. I have no idea why they're there. Apart from Amber wasn't in there, and then she wasn't, and then just demons everywhere. And I was like, what's going on? But yeah, what was it? Let's talk with this guy as well, because we ended up getting Daeran. Yay. Makes you not want to punch him in the face when he talks. But oh well, let's ask him some questions. You can see what I mean? You can try. I'm gonna make a really silly voice for him. I've heard stories about the tragedy that befell your family. I hope you don't feel obliged to offer your inconvenience. No, I won't do that because that's harder for me. Condolences on this unfortunate occurrence. Occurration? I don't know what that means. My whole family, my entire noble line, they all died, and the demons are to blame. It's not like I loved any of my relatives except for my mother, but that's what is gone is gone. The family concepts are full of corpses, all that's covered in dust and shadows. Wow, what? What do you most cherish? What do you cherish most in life? There are too many things that I cherish to fit them all in a single conversation. Believe it or not, I might be one of the most loving people you've ever known. I rarely meet anyone who embraces the joy of living as what is it with these words? Jeebus, just earthly as myself. I'm sorry, I can't read that one. Wow, what? I can't. Jeez. There are so many exciting and beautiful things in this world. It should be illegal to waste your time on anything that you do not enjoy. I am not afraid to repeat that anyone's face. Should it be Darkey and his demonic horde, or in the Lightbringer himself? What do you hate the most? The feeling of helplessness, the lack of control of my life. And the onion rings, of course. I murdered the person who came up with those abominations. I hate onion rings. Disgusting. You don't seem to eventually keen on people. You don't seem especially keen on people, but your knowledge of healing is truly impressive. What promoted your interest in that? As if I really want to try. If you really want to try out everything life has to offer, you also have to understand how to deal with the consequences. I am not talking about a simple hangover, mind you. Okay. Do you have any good stories about your past exploits? I've got plenty, but I warn you that even the most outrageous depravity sounds far less thrilling when you were not the one doing the debouncing? Still, since you asked, I suppose the worst mess I've ever got myself into when I shagged my own... Shagged? Is that shagged? Stagged my own... Oh, staged... Why did I think that was shag? Shag has a... CH. I'm terrible. My own kidnapping. I staged my own kidnapping. I wanted... What? How? I'm terrible. I was once in a compromise with one of my Riverlands nobles, the young Lord Daeran. He told me about his days as a hostage to a group of bandits. This made me wonder what it would be like, and I thought it might be fun to be a little experiment. I engineered my own kidnapping by certain gang through the chain of and hired actors. These fellows took the job very seriously. They caught me by surprise, killed my 2 guards, and even tied me up. Of course, the whole thing seems preposterous now, but it seems like an ingenious idea at the time. The employers had told the kidnappers that they were to keep me safe and sound. Another group of mercenaries in disguise was watching the spectacle from afar, ready to interfere in case anything went wrong. It turned out to be a terrible idea. Nevertheless, it hadn't lasted least fun or exciting. Sure, those bandits had been unable to torture or hurt me physically in a way, but they had plenty of other non-invasive methods of humiliation in their arsenal. Taking almost all your clothes off and slashing ice cold water all over you, for example. Ugh, I can't even remember if I said anything truly offensive to provoke them, even though I incredibly planned to let them go off after ransom, and their overly emotional reactions made me change my mind. I told my mercenaries to hang them all on the spot. What? I suppose the whole idea taught me the valuable lesson of which I am not to build for hardships and trials. I'd say life is too short not trying everything out. Wait, you told me a couple of your bodyguards died during the staged kidnapping. Does that mean 2 people lost their lives because you've had a bit of fun? And so there was a stupid story, and now I'll tell you the truly brilliant one. Pellet Holmgren had always run strictly prohibited any public celebrations in Calderas, and he always picked on me and my lack of respect for the fallen and whatnot. His gambling and his gumbling annoyed me so much that one day I drove 4 barges. I drove 4 barges into the city harbour and set up a celebration on the dock. The ship on the river didn't fall under the Palace's jurisdiction, you see, and so he could do all but snarl at me from the embankment. And one did not forget the old boy, the main attraction of the festivities, the Inquisitor, amid dancing and roaring, beautiful witches on illusionary bonfires, taking off his clothes with every new victim. The spectacle was heated, and in every sense of the word. That Brennan almost had a stroke. Jeez. I still consider that one of my finest ideas of all time. Should the Crusaders ever succeed in successes against the World Wound, I will do my utmost to get permission to hold a grand public celebration, rivers wine free of charge, and an ordinary parade, and a carnival in the evening, and a contest for the most productive succubus's costume with halfly prize in gold. Another contest which the participants have to fish a sausage out of a dead... Oh wait, I think I missed something. Out of a wine blindfolded and has time behind their back. How are you gonna get... The wine socializes the blood of all the dead heroes of the war, and the sausage, well, they'll have to find a heroic meaning to that as well. Over the years, the celebration... What is this guy? Do you enjoy being mean to everyone? Yes. And here I thought you were hurling insults at people purely by accident. I like your way with words. What did you accept to me to say? I wanted to make a good impression? Something along those lines? I'm not mean. I'm just being honest with myself and everyone else. That's not what people use as an excuse when they keep up their facade, and while they're still saying what nasty little things springs to mind. That's not what I do. I have no hidden agenda. I'm just as much as an insufferable prick as I seem to be. Some people are simply begging for a good dose of mockery, and so who am I to deny them? I don't give a damn if anyone holds a grudge against me, which is why I don't even try to avoid it. Bit weird, but okay. I'd like to talk about life, Medrev and the Crusade. Ask, I'm all ears. What's your opinion of Medivh today in general? It doesn't exist. It's a frontier country that has attracted every utopian adventurer and fantastic and fanatic from all over the world for more than a century. It is a place where strangers outnumber the locals, especially in the circumstances. The population of Medivh for the rest of most citizens of the humans of other races not exactly known for their longevity. So the current generation of Mendarians were born in the shadow of the world wound and raised by the Crusades. I might be the last person to complain about the decline of traditions and lack of character in the country, but I also happen to come from one of Medivh's accident luxuries. Ancient luxuries. Its history is far deep in my bones. My tutors told me the stories about the heritage and Golda's libraries, and even the instructors of miners. I grew up in the field to the brim with memories of the events long past. There are many heroes of the old Medivh, along with my glorious ancestors, who are very patrons and such heroes. Does everyone actually remember them now? I don't think so. These days, Medivh has its own in shining armor with honor, with holy fire and their eyes. I myself how several streets that once celebrated my ancestors were renamed in honor of some crusaders who died in heroic fashion. None of the citizens remember the old crossing festival that was eventually replaced by Armzaz. These holidays even share the same date. Pretty much the only authentic thing about Medivh now is the endless war with demons, and it is there the point of bemoaning his state of affairs. What's gone is gone, but at least we are no longer in some tiny godforsaken northern kingdom. That's something, isn't it? You don't really like Crusaders, do you? Quite the opposite. When I think about the many devoted heroes who are trying to protect this world against the demonic threat, I feel inspired to continue indulging my fellows while they fight to keep me safe. I imagine being someone like me, someone who has everything they can possibly desire: youth, beauty, wealth, honest with wish to live and enjoying living, but vanishingly few ways to put all of any to use. The fact that the word fun itself is not outlawed in Medivh must be due to some barbaric oversight. You can celebrate your victories solemnly. You can wet your whistle after challenging battle. What about the real fun, joys, pleasures? I can't even remember a single evening of court without someone chattering me for my banquets, my lovers and mistresses, my luxuries, my clothes and everything. It would have been a lot easier to tolerate all the hypocrites if they took a break once in a while. Instead, their constant fuss about how I wasn't doing anything for the greater good and only showing to my real cousin. Ooh. What do you think of our enemies? Do you mean the demons themselves or their followers? The former deserve to be cleansed with the heavenly fire for their unholy origin alone, and the latter for their idiocy. I don't understand why the sane people would submit themselves to Draki or Kardari. All right, Lady Noctaria almost seems like a bearable enough mistress, yet there are so many other cults. They tried to recruit me twice already, and not even that old. First, a very petty tiefling girl tried to seduce me, and then they came with promises of Lord Baphomet's endless boons. I still wonder what exactly the old hornhead could offer me that I don't have already. You know what I was thinking? Every shopkeeper knows this trick. An enticing offer along the lines of 1 in 100 buns from my bakery contains a silver coin, and of course the hired actress to make a memorable show finding the said coin in her sweet roll. And there you have it. Hundreds of gullible fools shopping and hiding a prize themselves. I think the infamous such an actress, Lord of the Abyss, a pretty son which became uncrowned Queen of Worldwound, waited upon a hand and foot demon lords only interested in visiting the bakery. The gullible fools rushed to join the cultists. We have an army unbelievably powerful supernatural invaders from another dimension, hell-bent on destruction and domination. And what do these fools do? They serve willingly as pawns, as the lackeys, hoping that against all hope that their masters will notice them. You won't believe how delighted I am to be so vain and self-absorbed. These sins protect me against the demonic temptation. Of course, because I'm such an I'm immune. Jeez. God damn this guy. Wonderful. What made you join my party after all? You mean instead of currying far away from Kodans with a small army of mercenaries to protect me? I will get to that. You see, when I appeared at my door out of when you appeared at my door out of nowhere, awash with bravery and heroism, I started to tossing demons around like a rag doll. I thought that your company might be exciting than the usual crowd of sympathetic hangovers. You seemed complacent and mysterious at the same time, so I decided that the little demon hunting wouldn't hurt, especially with such intriguing courage that had been stellar with every passing second. Needless to say, I'm not here for long. I shall return to the capital or one of my country estates as soon as we reclaim the city. Crusaders bellowing commanders, roars, tents. This is not the life for me. I will certainly remember you and our adventures together for a week, or perhaps even longer than that. Don't like you. Actually, a good person to talk
Follow
to
my
about
steps.
why there's bodies in my tavern would probably be this lady here. Nope. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of it, even though not all of them deserve to be saved by me. I am brief, forgive my words. I don't really mean that, of course. I never fail to be... The court did offer me his aid. He can't be all that bad. Yes, that's not like him at all. Joining Crusaders and temptation. A tradition along Daeran nobles, but Daeran was never keen on fighting demons. The court has certain reputation in Medev. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for villainy either, or particular villainy either. The court enjoys life as a luxury, surrounded by gaggle of swoopers who always eager to badmouth a queen at his command. He likes settling scores too. There was a hero of the First Crusade, Sir Laurent, a kind, honest man. After the end of the glorious cheer, a soldier he became, wise mentor of a younger generation. He ran on the court, somehow perhaps lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and lack of purpose. When Sir Laurent died, he managed to buy a portion of the estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged in the captain's pot. Of course, he didn't keep his little joke private. The Queen particularly offended by it, because Sir Laurent used to be her loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish at the travesty that had been made her friend's legacy. Wow. Like as a person, and it's for a talented survival. Do you know the story of how it says? Did a member of the family? Why is he trying to provoke the Queen? Who knows? It could be some family matter. The court is a cousin twice removed, something like that. But it's simply... Well, we've already seen all that, so we don't need to ask that one. I found Jahi Adri. Thank you. It's good to have her back. We need every fighter we can. I suppose it's asking too much to want fighters that are sober as well. Okay. We're going out again. We need to go back to his manor.
Let's head out.
I love her, like, artwork as well. It's so beautiful. It's really sad at the same time, like her burns and everything. It's so sad. Okay, so where was the mansion? Oh, that's where we need to go. That's where he is. Dear. I failed a stealth check. Oh no! Travesty. Don't turn off tone order.
The light is you.
We need to find that lady again. Because I think that lady he was talking about... I'm a friend of Eggers. He's asking for... Yeah, I got him. Sorry, there's been a fruit fly that's been flying around my face for hours. Finally got him. Akkus is alive, and he's made a brilliant new friend. It's a shame it had to happen now when the city's under siege by the demons, and those pig-headed inquisitors are pursuing us instead of doing something useful. How did you end up here? Hannah's hounds found me and Wallflower, and they tried to capture us. I distracted them and then lost them in the streets before claiming my way into this party. Even the Inquisitors saw where I went, and they wouldn't have been allowed past the door. Our Wren holds no sway among certain members of the Orgasi, so it picked up a good place to lie low. That is, until the demon showed up. Do you know where the third of your group is? Wallflower? No idea. If he knows about the demon attack, he won't just hide away. He'll go try and help people. If he doesn't know how, well, have no chance of finding him. He's pretty skilled mage, but no doubt he'll risk using magic. Probably do something about the Inquisitors won't expect. Pose as someone disguised himself. We had a great solution of costumes in the temple. I know, I'll tie my skull around your arm. Gave it to me. He'll spot it right away. You're a friend. If I were you, I'd look for him in Car's Market Square. Okay, so he's near the Market Square. Why did you decide to break into the wallstone and cast magic on it? You put your lives at risk in... But it wasn't a demon trap. You know, living next to the world wound, seeing the powerless of the Crusaders, it's very hard. It's been hard trying to defeat the demons 100 years. Now we have nothing to show for it. And think that Queen Galfrey, the other leaders think that we can defeat evil. We line up our soldiers perfect condoms and send them marching off into stirring with battle cry. We just need a few more soldiers, a little bit more discipline, but we keep marching for 100 years. It's always one step forward, one step back. And while the soldiers are marching, people like Horan are seizing power behind their backs. His fascism and cruelty forged in the same furnaces as the Crusaders' righteous. We will never defeat the demons if we keep trying to march down the same path. We need to change tact and the challenge of our principles. Trust our hearts and friends and not muddle. We need to listen to other entity that is willing to help us. My friend, I've listened and we trusted to change something. At least they even tried, even through it didn't work. Great idea. March straight into straight lines won't work. So let's go attack demons in a merry band of hoppers, dreamers, and breaming with enthusiasm and doing just whatever we feel like. When the demons see us coming, they'll die hysterically as our victory will be complete. Naive children, that's what you are, but I admit your words stir something in my soul. I wouldn't put you in charge of my military captain, but I'd be proud to fight alongside you. It's a shame it ended this way. Hopefully his successor will keep his Inquisitors in check. Can you get somewhere safe on your own? It looks like the Inquisitors aren't bursting down the door just now. We're not hiding under the bed, I think, for now. I'll be on my way. I'll go to the temple to... Okay. Good. So we found the... Let's go!